Hi, Vanessa here. In this month's stitch tutorial, I will demonstrate how to crochet the star stitch. This is also known as the marguerite stitch. We will be using worsted weight yarn and a USH 5mm crochet hook. Let's get started. We will start with 24 chain stitches. So now we are ready to make our first star stitch. We're going to pick up loops along the chain stitches, and I recommend working through the back humps for a nicer edge. So we're going to skip this first stitch here. We're going to insert our hook into the second chain from the hook. So into the humps of the second chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next chain stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you want to pick up another loop, and you want to do this 5 times so that you can have 6 loops on your hook. So that's 3 loops, 4 and 5. So 2, 4, 6 with 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Now you're going to chain 1. That closes your star, and right there where you chained 1 is your eye. So it's the eye of the star. That's important because that's the very first stitch you will insert your hook into to make the next star stitch. So these loops are called spikes, and we will also use the side loops here, the spikes, to make our next star stitch. So let's make our next star stitch. Insert your hook right into the eye or the chain 1, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now into the side loop here, this spike, you want to insert your hook through both loops, yarn over and pull up a loop. Make sure when you're pulling your loops up that you pull a tall loop because you want it leveled. Now right into the chain stitch where your last spike was worked, you want to insert your hook into that chain stitch, yarn over, pull up another loop. So now in the next 2 chain stitches, we are going to pull up a loop through the humps, or whatever your preference is, and pull up 2 more loops. So there's 1 and 2. So you always want to make sure that you have 6 loops on your hook. Then you want to yarn over and pull through all 6. Chain 1, and then you repeat that all the way across. The first 3 loops are pulled from the star, and then the last 2 loops are pulled from the empty chain stitches. So right into the eye or the chain 1 space, pull up a loop into the side here, the last spike, through both loops, pull up another loop into the chain stitch where you worked your last spike, pull up a loop, and then into the next 2 chain stitches you want to pull a loop from each of those chain stitches. Again, make sure you have 6 loops on your hook, and then yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1. Okay, I'm working on my last star stitch. I have 6 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 6. and then I'm going to chain 1. Now we're ready for row 2. Okay, to decrease the twisting of your chain stitches, go ahead and remove your hook, insert it from the other side, and turn your work. Now we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, just like your chain stitches, you're going to work into the back humps. So this chain 3 here, you're going to work into the first and second chain stitch. Okay, insert your hook into the humps of the first and second chain stitch here and pull up a loop. Okay, just like you did in the foundation. So there's 1 into the first chain through the back hump, pull up another loop. Now into the eye, okay, right here, the chain 1, insert your hook and then pull up another loop. And then into the next 2 stitches, we're going to pull up a loop. So this next one is the spike, so the loops from the spike, going through both loops, pull up a loop, and then the next stitch is the chain 1, which is the eye of the previous star. So now you have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 6 loops. Chain 1, now the next star is going to be just like how we worked the last row, right into the chain 1 or the eye, pull up a loop into the side spike here, pull up another loop, into the stitch you worked your last spike right here, this is the eye of this row, insert your hook and pull up a loop. Into the next spike here, pull up a loop, into the eye or chain 1, pull up a loop. Now I have 6 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops, chain 1, and then you're just going to repeat that all the way across. Into the eye or chain 1, pull up a loop, into the side loop here, the spike, pull up a loop, into the eye down here where you worked your last spike, you want to insert your hook and pull up a loop, into the next 2 stitches, pull up your loops. With 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops, chain 1. So when you get to the end, you have your loop stitch here, and then there's a turning chain right here that you will work into to complete your last star stitch. So into the eye, pull up a loop, into this side spike here, pull up another loop, into the same stitch as that last spike, pull up another loop, and then into the spike down here, pull up a loop, and then it's sort of tight right here, but there is a turning chain right at the end. You want to insert your hook and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 6 and chain 1. Okay, I'm at the end again. Just wanted to show you again that there is a last stitch here that's really hard to see. So into the eye, or chain 1 space, pull up a loop, into the side spike here, pull up a loop, into the same stitch from your last spike, pull up a loop. Now right here is your star right on top. You're going to go through both loops and pull up a loop. And then here in the corner is your chain stitch. You're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then with your 6 loops you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. Chain 1 to secure your star. Okay, go ahead and repeat rows 2 until you have a total of 9 rows. Okay, so I completed my 9th row here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Okay, and then you can just pull this through and tighten. So you want to block your square to 6 by 6. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video.